The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And thanks to a technology change coming, this is the last stream coming from this computer. Getting a new one because we have to. And so there's no live stream on Sunday. You'll see this on Sunday on YouTube. It's going to go right to YouTube. And we got a dandy. On a cold, blustery afternoon in San Francisco, we start the NFC Divisional Playoffs with the wild card Minnesota Vikings. They beat Dallas to get to this, only to face San Francisco, who has the best record in all of football, 13-3. And with Joe Montana, but no Roger Craig. Joe Cribbs gets the primary call at running back. It is 55 degrees. The sun is kind of shining, but it's windy. Oh my goodness, is it ever windy. 20 to 30 miles an hour. The 49ers will have the wind with them in the first and fourth quarters. The Vikings in the second and third. Let's play some football, shall we? So for the NFC, the road to Pasadena continues. We'll go through San Francisco. It'll be a kickoff for the Vikings. Crawford back deep for San Francisco with Monroe and Griffin. And the game is underway. Taken by an Upman at the 11 to the 20 and at the 24. So Chuck Nelson with the kick. Griffin at the 10, and Ashley makes a tackle at the 24. Can we now see a box score? Yes. Maybe. So Joe Cribbs in the backfield with Tom Rathman. Jerry Rice and Dwight Clark, the wide receivers. Russ Francis, the tight end. Joe Montana. Joe Cribbs, it's his game today. Tom Rathman, the fullback. Russ Francis, the tight end. Dwight Clark is a split end up top. And Jerry Rice is your flanker. 1st and 10. Trap right to Joe Cribbs from the 24. Handoff from Montana. Cribbs gets some room. He gets a gain to 6. Spot the ball at the 30-yard line. Just to start a thing. 2nd and 4. The line for San Francisco. Keith Farnhorst, the left tackle. Randy Cross, the left guard. Fred Quillen is your center. Bruce Colley, the right guard. And Bubba Paris, the right tackle. 2nd down and 4. Pitch right to Cribbs. To the far side. Montana delivers the pitch. And Cribbs is hit at the 30 by Newton. No gain. 3rd and 4. That's Tim Newton. Let's meet the Vikings line, shall we? Mark Mullaney is your left end. Keith Millard, who had 3 tackles in a sack against Dallas, is your left tackle. Tim Newton is your right tackle. And Doug Martin is your right end. The linebackers, Chris Dolman had 8 tackles and 2 sacks against Steve Pellure and company last week, or the last game, is your left outside linebacker. Scott Studwell is your middle linebacker. And Chris Martin is your right linebacker. Isaac Holt, the left corner. He's on Dwight Clark. Carl Lee, good luck to you. You're on Jerry Rice at the right corner. Joey Browner is your strong safety. And John Harris is your free safety. 3rd down and 4. Short slant to Russ Francis. Montana throw the first time today. Francis has got it. It's a gain of 8. 1st and 10 for the 49ers on their own 38. So Montana just wants to matriculate the ball down the field as much as he can. Flat pass to Cribbs, far side. Montana has times. Cribbs has it at the 35, 40, 45, 1st down. And Martin makes a tackle at the 50 for a gain of 12. So good play by Cribbs. And they put it right on the helmet. The ball is spotted right on the F for San Francisco. Of course, the 49ers are in red, gold pants, white numbers, the stripes along the sides, around the cuffs, gold helmet, and the gray face mask. Minnesota in white with purple numbers, stripes along the shoulders, purple helmets, white face mask with the horn in white on the being the emblem. Medium hitch to Dwight Clark. Montana back to throw. This could be trouble. He throws, and that is intercepted by Studwell at the 27. So Studwell makes the playoff interception. His first. It was tipped by Holt. Here it is again. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Vikings on their own 27-yard line. Tommy Kramer, who only completed 52% of his passes, but it was enough last week. Darren Nelson, the primary running back. Allen Rice, who can catch the other running back, the fullback. Hassan Jones is still in for Anthony Carter. Anthony Carter is hurt. Hassan Jones had 2 catches for 40 yards. Leo Lewis is your split end. He had a big day against Dallas. And Steve Jordan is your tight end. Nelson, trap right from the 27. Hand off from Kramer. Got around 1 tackle, but Keith Farnhorst brought him right down. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings right at the 27-yard line. The line for Minnesota, Gary Zimmerman, the left tackle. Terry Tosh, the left guard. Dennis Swilley is your center. Jim Huff, the right guard. And Tim Irwin, the right tackle. 2nd and 10. Hassan, no, they're not going to throw there. Rice will try a sweep to the right from the 27-yard line. Gets it across to 30 before Carter makes the tackle. A gain of 4. That's Michael Carter. Let's meet the 49ers defense. Dwayne Board is your left end. Michael Carter, who just made that tackle, is your nose tackle. And Jeff Stover, the right end. The 4 linebackers, Milt McCall on the left outside. Ricky Ellison, the left middle. Jim Farnhorst, the right inside linebacker. And Keena Turner is the right outside linebacker. Don Griffin is the left corner. Tim McKyer is your right corner. Ronnie Lott is your strong safety. And Carlton Williamson, well, they're both safeties. They're not strong or free. So 3rd and 6. Leo Lewis, medium slant. Kramer's got to be careful. He throws. Lewis open 45-40, 35-30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Minnesota. Leo Lewis. 69 yards. And, man, did he ever get some yardage after the catch. A quick straight offense here. Lewis got it at the 45 of San Francisco. Ronnie Lott chased him down the field, and he just outran him. And the Vikings go up 6-0. 3 plays, 73 yards, and 1:36 off the clock. Chuck Nelson for the extra point. Straight, true, and good. So Minnesota draws first blood. They lead San Francisco 7-0. So Crawford back deep for the 49ers with Monroe and Griffin. The Upman, and Nelson sends this one to Crawford at the 5 to the 15. And he's hit by Lush at the 19. So a 13-yard return. Joe Montana trying to recover from turning the ball over. 1st and 10, San Francisco on their own 19. Roger Craig is out with a knee injury. If San Francisco wins, he'll be back for the NFC Championship game. Wendell Tyler would be back for the Pro Championship. Jeff Fuller would be out till the Pro Championship. For Minnesota, Anthony Carter would be back for the championship. He would miss this weekend. If they do win today, he would miss the conference championship game. So 1st and 10, San Francisco trailing down 7. Rathman. Trap right, handoff from Montana from the 19 across the 20. Good block in the secondary, 34-yard line. Holt will make the tackle at the 35, a gain of 16, and San Francisco has it 1st and 10. 10:35 to go, first quarter. Montana wants to go to the air. Medium hitch to Jerry Rice. He rolls right, throws left, and that is incomplete. They doubled Cribbs, and Montana just shakes the head. That's not what he wanted at all. 2nd down and 10. Speaking of Cribbs, off tackle right for Joe. The handoff from the 35. Got a good block. Holt makes a tackle at the 41. A gain of 6. So 3rd and 4. San Francisco finished 13-3 and has the best record in all of football. We did not do a neutral site for a championship game. The championship would be here. Dwight Clark on a medium cross. Montana back to throw. Has got time. Does he have Clark? Yep, 45 of Minnesota. It's a gain of 15. So Holt read that one all the way, and they'll spot it at the Minnesota 44. 1st and 10. Montana under center. Second drive for the Niners. Rathman on a fullback dive. He's going to get a lot of carries today, and he's hit by Martin at the 43, a gain of 1. So Chris Martin has 3 tackles. 2nd and 9 for San Francisco. Going to try another pass to Jerry Rice. This time a medium slant. Montana, 7-step drop, quick throw to Rice over the middle, incomplete. Carl Lee got a hand on that. It'll be 3rd down and 9. 7:28 to go in the opening quarter. 7-0 Vikings. They go 3 wide. Wilson is the 3rd receiver. He's at the bottom of your screen. Mike Wilson. They need 9. Medium out to Mike Wilson. Montana takes his time, throws near sideline. Wilson has it over the 30. Evans pushes him out the 27. That's a gain of 16. And it's 1st and 10 from the Minnesota 27. Cribbs on a screen to the far near side. Montana can't find him. So that's incomplete. Down and 10. 7:10 to go. And, of course, with the wind behind them, they definitely are in Ray Wershing range already here. So Cribbs will try a sweep to the right, to the far side. Handoff from Montana, 25. A good run. It's a gain of 5. And Carl Lee will make his first tackle. Spot the ball at the 22. 3rd and 5 for the 49ers. Clark, medium slant. Montana waits, throws, and that's checked down to Cribbs, incomplete. So San Francisco, the drive will stall at the Minnesota 22. 10 plays, 59 yards, and 4:25 off the clock. Ray Wershing will try this 30. 39-yarder. He's got an 80% chance to make it. Morosky to hold. Quillen to snap. Good hold, good snap, and that's a good kick. So, 39-yarder is good. 11 plays, 59 yards, 6:17 to go in the first quarter. Minnesota looking to join Seattle in the upset club. 7, San Francisco 3. Bess will down it 5 yards deep in the end zone, and Minnesota starts from their own 20. Montana, slow start, 4-9 for 51. Tommy Kramer, it's going to be a long day for him, but when you get 69 yards of completion, that's pretty good. Nelson off tackle left, handoff from Kramer, gets a block in the secondary, first down, and Keith Farnhorst can't make the tackle until it's a gain of 14. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Gary Zimmerman made the big block, and he just followed tail. Allen Rice off tackle left again, same play from the 34, and Carter will make the stop after a gain of 2. They keyed Nelson that time, and so it'll be 2nd and 8 from the Viking 36. Clock running, under 5 to go in the first quarter. Minnesota trying to get into that biting wind. Hassan Jones on a short slant. Kramer rolls around. Jones has got it at midfield. A gain of 13. Spotted at the Viking 49 and 1st and 10. So Kramer, limited options with the 25-mile-an-hour wind to throw into, but he's gone to the air twice and made it twice. Darren Nelson will sweep this time to the near side. To the right, over midfield. In the secondary, first down, 35. Lott makes a tackle after a gain of 19. And Minnesota, despite the fact they've only run 7 counting plays from scrimmage, have 121 net yards. And Nelson, 3 carries for 33. Kramer will try a screen. Nope, this was a busted play. Kramer, nope, it's to Nelson on the screen, and it's a gain of 8. So Farnhorst makes the tackle, and it's 2nd and 2. Spot the ball at the 24, San Francisco. 7-3 Vikings. Anderson is in for Rice. Alfred Anderson. Trap left on 2nd and short. Handoff from Kramer. First down, maybe? No, they got the Al Red Sox fan measurement. And it's 3rd and inches. He got 2 on the stat sheet, but not 2 on the line. Ricky Ellison with that stop. 2 tight end set, 2 running back set. Nelson and Rice. Kramer. Going to call his own number here, I think. On a bootleg. He rolls around. He runs to the left. First down. He's hit by McKyer at the 20. They needed a foot, and they got 2. So Kramer gives himself 2 yards. Against the Cowboys, Minnesota had 267 net yards and gave up 370. 1st and 10. Rice in the backfield with Nelson. Allen Rice. Off tackle right. Near side, flag is down. Rice is hit by McKyer at the 17.
Encroachment defense.
But somebody moved.
Number 76.
Dwayne Board, the right defensive end. Made contact, and it's a free play. 1st and 5 from the San Francisco 15. Medium cross. Leo Lewis. Kramer to throw it. Rolls in the pocket, and that's incomplete. So Kramer thought he'd take the chance. 2nd and 5 from the 15. 1:02 to go. Nelson. On a dive play, handoff from Kramer. Nelson keeps the legs moving. It's a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and 1. Anderson will get the carry here. On a dive play, handoff from Kramer, first down inside the 10. Cousineau with a tackle up to 7. For Tom, he gave up a gain of 4, and that will be the end of the first quarter. How about that? 15 minutes in the books in San Francisco in this NFC Divisional Playoff game. Minnesota 7, San Francisco 3. And in our Digital Dice scoring summary, Tommy Kramer, a 69-yard medium slant to Leo Lewis on their third play from scrimmage, made it 7-0. San Francisco's had the ball twice. Montana with a turnover the first time around. Ray Wershing with a 39-yard field goal, the second, to make it 7-3. Montana, a bad opening stanza. 4 for 9 for 51 yards. And an interception. Kramer, 3 of 4 for 90. So the Vikings 6 first downs, the 49ers 5. And time of possession, pretty even. 7:53 for Minnesota, 7:07 for San Francisco. Net offense, 141 for the Vikings, and only 85 for the 49ers. So first and goal from the 7. Anderson, a little pass in the flat. Upper sideline. Nope, goes to the tight end. Jordan, that's 6. So he couldn't find Anderson, but he does find Steve Jordan, and Minnesota's up 13-3. Here it is again. He just went down there and went to the second read and made contact. And Chuck Nelson's extra point is good. And Minnesota, now with a win behind them, leads 14-3. This is the NFC Playoffs on Retro Sports Network, presented by Digital Dice. So Crawford, Monroe, and Griffin back to return. Crawford deep. And 4 yards deep, and Montana says we'll just take a knee. So San Francisco has a hole to climb out of. Joe Cribbs. Off tackle right, first and 10 from the 20. Flag is down. Cribbs is hit at the 25 by Martin.
Holding offense.
But there's a hold against Bubba Paris, the right
penalty.
tackle. And that will come back. First and 20. So really a 15-yard penalty. Rathman on the draw from the 10. He gets to the 16 rather. Harris will make the tackle. And it's second down and 14. San Francisco, really, I'm surprised they came out this poorly. Clark, medium hitch on second down. Montana finds him for a gain of 10. Holt with an immediate tackle. 2 catches for Clark for 25 yards, and it's 3rd and 4. Montana's going to try to get it on his own. Going to try a sweep to the right, waits for the C's to part, gets to the sideline, runs it down, and Chris Dolman will make the tackle at the 28. That's a 2-yard gain, and it's 4th and 2. And so San Francisco will punt. Max Runniger to Bess. Runniger. Best, by the way, stands on his 25, runs right in, 35. He is hit for a gain of 6, so spotted at the 38. Rufus Beshell with the tackle. Minnesota already up 11 with the football. 12:59 to go, 1st and 10. Hassan Jones. Medium out. Kramer to throw it on first down. Flag is down. Goes to the far sideline. That is Jones. It's a gain of 19.
Holding offense. Number 51.
Oh, that's a big one.
10-yard penalty.
That's on the right guard, Huff. And that's, in essence, a 29-yard penalty. So you take 19 off for the completion and then 10 off for the flag, and 1st and 20 is on the Minnesota 28. Nelson on a dive. Handoff from Kramer. And Williamson got him right at the line of scrimmage. So Steve Jordan did not make the block, and Carlton Williamson does. And so 2nd down and 20 for the Vikings. San Francisco needs a defensive stop. Jordan. Short slant to the tight end. Kramer is blitzed. Lott was right there. He tried to go to Anderson instead, and that won't do anything. 3rd and 20. And now they'll go 3 wide. Gustafson is the receiver at top of your screen. Nelson in the backfield. Jim Gustafson. Medium hitch. Kramer flag is down. Charles Haley sacked him.
Offsetting penalties. Repeat. 3rd down.
And it all won't matter. The penalty's offset. Haley won't get credit for the sack. 3rd down and 20. Long slant. Hassan Jones. Kramer has time. He throws, and he tried to check it down to Nelson, and that's incomplete. So the 49ers essentially force a 3-and-out. And so the Vikings will punt. 11:55 to go in the half from their own 28. San Francisco needed that. Greg Coleman will punt with the wind. Griffin from inside his 20. Look at it. He's sent us 30. Backed up to the 15. Gets the return. And it's a gain of 10. So a 56-yard punt, 46-yard net. San Francisco has it. 1st and 10. 11:51 to go in the half from their own 26. Rice on a medium out. Montana wasting no time. Near side. Down to Cribbs, or Rathman rather, on the 2nd read, and it's a gain of 9. So Montana, a very cool customer. Hand off to Cribbs coming. Off tackle left, near side. From the 35, is it a 1st down? Yep. Gain of 2. They double Clark, and San Francisco will take it. 11:37. Clock running. Spot it at the San Francisco 37. Rathman. Trap right. Hand off for Montana. Over the 40. Newton with a tackle at the 41. They played a run blitz. And Rathman, going to be a busy day for him. 4 carries and 27 yards. 2nd and 6. Rice. A long slant. Montana looking for a big play. He's rolling. He's throwing. Rice, 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, San Francisco. They doubled Jerry Rice. He beat his way out of it and gets a 59-yard touchdown pass. Oh, baby. Here it is in double coverage. He beat the double coverage. He ran right down the near side hash mark and got himself 6. So 4 plays, 74 yards, and 1:47 off the clock. Wersching's extra point is good. So 10:04 to go in the half. It's Minnesota 14, San Francisco 10. Bess, a mystery returner, and Rice. Wersching to Bess at the 5, 10, 20, 1-yard line. Show with a tackle. So the momentum built by Minnesota is gone. They still have the lead, but a big play from Montana to Rice makes it a 4-point game. Allen Rice, not Jerry. Off tackle right. 1st and 10 near sideline. He gets cut down. The ball is loose. Turner with a fumble. Minnesota retains it. Irwin, the right tackle. It's a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. And see where the hit was delivered and popped it right in the arms of Mr. Irwin. So Keena Turner with the tackle. And a forced fumble. 2nd down. Off tackle left for Darren Nelson to the far side from the 25. He is hit by Ronnie Lott at the 28. A gain of 3. 9:09 to go in the first half. Short hitch to Jones. That's a botched snap, and Farnhorst just blindsided Kramer. So that officially is the first sack, and the San Francisco defense is doing their job. I don't know what Bill Walsh said on the sideline at the end of the first quarter, but they've come out in a house of fire. 2 drives, 7 plays, 4 yards for the Vikings since the touchdown. So Coleman, again, with that monster wind behind him, gusting out to 30, will punt to Griffin. Griffin stands on his 30, retreats back to his 25, got a seam. He is hit at the 38, so a gain of 12. And Stensrud makes the tackle. So 7:47 to go in a half. Minnesota 14, San Francisco 10. Rathman, short pass in the flat near side. Montana completes it, 40, and he's hit for a gain of 7. Mullaney got a piece of it at the line. Isaac Holt with a tackle. It'll be 2nd and 3. So it'll be this time a handoff to Cribbs, who will sweep left side. Near side for Cribbs from the 45. He's hit at the 46 for a gain of 1. So 6 carries for Joe Cribbs. 3rd and 2. Doug Martin, the left outside linebacker, with the tackle. Dwight Clark, short slant. Montana to throw it on 3rd and short. Clark has it at the Minnesota 45. It's a gain of 10. First and spotted at the 44. 1st and 10 for San Francisco. So 9 of 14 for 146 yards. 6:08 to go. Rice on a medium out. This is trouble. Montana is blindsided by Dolman. And it'll be 2nd and 15. 5.5 to go. Clock running. Cribbs. Fullback dive. Handoff from Montana from the 49. He gets to the 40 before Best can make the tackle at the 38. Minnesota playing the dime. And Tom Rathman ripped open the big hole. And 3rd and 4 is much more manageable. 4:42 clock running here in the first half. Russ Francis. Short cross to Francis. That's the call. Montana throws incomplete. It was high. Francis leapt. And no dice. And now you're kind of in that no man's land. You're into the wind. And so they're going to go a sideline punt by Roniger. I bet this is a touchback. Nope, it'll roll dead at the 1. How about that? So they pin the Vikings at their 1-yard line. Rufus Best said, "Let it roll, baby." And he did. And so the Vikings are in a big hole. They still lead with 3:51 to go in the first half, 14-10. 2 tight ends set. It'll be Malarkey and Jordan. Allen Rice will just plunge it ahead on the dive from the 1. He is hit by Farnhorst at the 3. A gain of 2. 2nd and 8. The 49ers now have 201 net yards. And Minnesota 154. Darren Nelson. Fullback dive again. First time from the 3. Gets to the 5. McKyer to the 7. And that's a gain of 4. And now they'll go to a conventional set. Anderson now in for Rice. Kramer 4 for 7 for 97 yards and 2 scores. 3 minutes, clock running here in the first half. 3rd and 4. Jordan, a short out. Kramer has time. He does not have Jordan. And San Francisco has forced the punt with 2:27 to go, and they have all 3 timeouts. Jerry Burns pacing the sidelines for Minnesota. Coleman hopes to boom this one. Deep punt, Coleman from his end zone. And that is boomed to the 40. And Griffin will get a 2-yard return with no gain. 12:07. Oh, that's the time of the day I'm recording this, Ron. 2:22 to go in the first half. San Francisco trying to get within one or go ahead. They trail the Vikings 14-10. 3 wide receivers set. Montana out of the gun. Cribbs in the flat on 1st and 10. Montana has Cribbs at the 40, 45, 50. It's a gain of 9. Martin with a tackle. They run to the line out of the set. 2nd and 1. Cribbs on a draw. Nope, they won't get the playoff. 2-minute warning. Minnesota still hanging on 14-10. This is the 1986 simulated NFC Pro Football Divisional Playoff game presented by DigitalDice.com. Cribbs on a draw play out of the gun. He gets nothing. He's going to lose a yard. No gain. They doubled Francis. 152. So no gain from Cribbs. 8 carries, 31 yards. Jerry Rice. Medium slant. 3rd and 1. Montana will have to hurry, and that's incomplete. He tried to find Clark, and Minnesota stood tall. 3 plays, 9 yards. Montana says, can I go for it? And Walsh says, okay. So Montana will try a bootleg. It's a risky call on 4th and 1. He scrambles. He goes 1st down. Does he have it? Yes! He got 2. He needed 1. He got 2. Hurry up. Medium fly. Jerry Rice, Montana out of the gun. What a play. Near sideline is caught by Rice at the 32 for a gain of 14. 1:09 to go. They're pointing. Short slant. Wilson, the other receiver at the near side, throws over the middle. That's caught by Wilson at the 24. Evans makes the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 22. And San Francisco wants to think about it. So David Evans with the 2nd tackle, Mike Wilson with the 2nd catch, and Montana now 12-19 for 179. 1st and 10, 22-yard line. Long slant to Jerry Rice. They want the touchdown. They want it now. Montana has all day. Down to Cribbs for a 1st down. Cribbs made the catch in the middle of the field. He is hit by Martin at the 9, and that's a gain of 13. Again, they go hurry up. Medium cross to Jerry Rice. Montana from the 9. Throws. No, nobody there. And that wind held up that football. 25 seconds left. 2nd and goal from the 9. 8 plays, 48 yards, and 1:57 off the clock. They can pretty much run 2 plays down here. Cribbs on a dive out of there. Can he get some room? He gets to the 5. He's hit by Millard at the 4. So they set the ball up on the center between the hashes. 3rd and goal from the 4. 20 seconds left. 15 carries for the 49ers for 67 yards. Short cross to the tight end Francis. Montana is going to scramble, and he's hit from behind by Martin with 16 seconds to go. And they'll call timeout with 2 seconds to go. So this is not a gimme. It's 79% for Wershing here. 49ers went for it on 4th down and made it in this drive. 10 plays, 50 yards. It'll be 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Wershing with Morosky holding. This is to make it a 1-point game at the half. It is. It's good. And so straight, true, and good. We've played 30 minutes. Minnesota's going to get the football here. They lead 14-13. And on the Digital Today scoreboard for the second quarter, Tommy Kramer on a second read found Steve Jordan to make it 14-3. Then Joe Montana, he had a much better second quarter, including a 59-yard pass to Rice for a score. And then at the gun, Wershing from 24 to make it a 1-point game. San Francisco's 12 first downs to 7. 10 of 13 to 21 for 192. Kramer 4 of 8 for 97. Time of possession now, 17:06 for San Francisco, 12:54 for Minnesota. And remember, this game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best podcast on the internet for your sports simulations and replay needs. As of recording, we need one member for 150, gang. One member. Find us today on Spotify, iTunes, Spreaker, and wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So the Vikings will get the football. Bess from his 8. Kick from Wershing. Minnesota has the wind. 10, 20, 4-yard line. Walter with a tackle. Had to stop and pop a cough drop him. Throat sore. So 14-13, just the start of the second half. Nelson and Anderson and Rice, the starting running backs for Minnesota. Jones and Lewis, the wide receivers. Jordan, the tight end. Tommy Kramer, your cornerback. Zimmerman and Irwin, your tackles. Tosh and Huff, your guards. And Swilly, the center. Rice. Off tackle right from the 24. Across the 25. Williamson with the tackle at the 26. They keyed Nelson. They got Rice, and it's a gain of 2. Defensively for San Francisco, Stover and Board, your defensive ends. Carter, your defensive tackle. Turner and McCall, the outside linebackers. Farnhorst and Ellison, the inside linebackers. McKyer and Griffin, the corners. Lott and Williamson, the safeties. 2nd and 8. Nelson off tackle right from the 26. He is hit by Turner at the 28, a gain of 2. So Minnesota 16 carries, 68 yards. But if they're going to hold on to win this game, either their defense needs to be perfect or Tommy Kramer needs to be better than 4 of 8. Hassan Jones. Short out on 3rd and 6. This looks like trouble. Kramer stands around, throws, intercepted by Lott. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Ronnie Lott. He's the only 10 on the field. That's how I knew it. And Ronnie Lott gives San Francisco the lead. He's done it all year and in a playoff game nonetheless from 38 yards to make it 19-14 San Francisco. The extra point by Wershing into the wind is good. Drifted right, but good. So, that only took a minute and change. 13-18 to go in the third quarter. San Francisco 20, Minnesota 14. Bess back deep to return it. From the 5, he's hit at the 17, a 10-yard return, and Kramer's just beside himself. Anderson is in the backfield now with Nelson. Off tackle right to Anderson from the 17. He's hit by Board right at the line of scrimmage. So 3 carries for Anderson for 6 yards. Now, San Francisco defense, they got down 14-3 and rallied. Leo Lewis on a medium slant. Kramer waits, throws. Lewis wide open and leapt in. That was Kramer just misfired it. Lewis was wide open. The pass sailed out of Kramer's hands, and it's 3rd and 10. The Vikings are 4 of 7 on 3rd down. They go 3 wide. Gustafson to the top of your screen. Medium slant to Hassan Jones. Kramer under center. Waits, and is sacked by McCall for a loss of 12. And now Minnesota is forced to punt out of their own end zone. Greg Coleman tries to boom this to midfield. Backed up to the 40. A fair catch is called for by Griffin. A 55-yard punt, no return. San Francisco, for the first time today, has the lead, and 11:34 to go in the third, 20-14. Clark. Medium slant, 1st and 10. Montana under center. Clark wide open at the 45 in Minnesota. Hit by Isaac Holt after a gain of 19, 1st and 10. 4 catches for Clark for 54. San Francisco wins this. They host the NFC Championship game. They'll either get the Giants or the Bears. If Minnesota wins, because they're the 4 seed, the Giants or the Bears would host the NFC Championship game. In real life, the Giants beat the Redskins 14-7 in New York. Rathman, trap right, 1st and 10 from the 41. Across the 40. Holt with a tackle at the 36, a gain of 5. And Wershing saying, I could try one from here. Wall says, forget it. 5 carries for Rathman for 30. Cribbs, trap right, and off from Montana from the 36. Nothing doing as Newton read that play all the way and keyed him. So San Francisco, 3rd and 5. They're 4 of 9 on 3rd down. Short cross to Russ Francis. They're going to audible. Screen to Cribbs. Just watch the play develop, Ron. And Cribbs has got it. 20, 15, 10. And he's hit by Harris at the 1. All sorts of blocks. They faked the blitz and doubled Rice. And San Francisco just tricked Minnesota right out of their collective Nikes. Cribbs caught it in the backfield, had 18,000 blocks, and is hit at the 1 by John Harris to save a touchdown. 9:10 to go, 3rd quarter. Cribbs, dive play from the 1, and that is 6. Minnesota played goal line. They played tight, but it was in the bad block by Quillen. But it won't matter. San Francisco has exploded here in the 3rd quarter. For 2 touchdowns. Highlighted this time by a 35-yard screen pass and an audible. Extra point from Wershing is good. So, 5 plays, 60 yards, 3:06 off the clock. San Francisco 27, Minnesota 14. Rufus Bess from his goal line to the 10, 20. Good return. Ricky Ellison makes a tackle at the 24. 8:24 to go. Here in the 3rd. 1st and 10. Medium slant to Leo Lewis. San Francisco blitz. Kramer's got a scramble, and he's hit by Lott for a gain of 3. So Kramer saw the blitz, knew he had no time to do anything, and just put his head down and got himself 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Darren Nelson on a trap left, and he will be hit at the 28 by Ronnie Lott. Terry Tosh, the left guard, with a bad block. 3rd and 6. This San Francisco defense went from being kind of complacent to lean and hungry in no time flat. 3 wide receivers. Jordan. Short hitch to the tight end, Jordan. Kramer, quick throw. Jordan's got it. Lott makes a tackle. They needed 6. They got 7. 1st and 10. 2 catches for Jordan, 14 yards. And for Ronnie Lott, 5 tackles and a big interception. A pick 6 gave San Francisco the lead. Joe Cribbs followed that with a 1-yard nasty plunge to make it 27-14. They stay 3 wide. Medium slant to Jim Gustafson. Kramer is sacked by Turner for a loss of 10. You got to get rid of that. Turner got through the line. They blitzed 1 on the nickel, and Keena made his move. So 2nd down and 20 from the Viking 25. 6:10 to go. Rice back in the game with Nelson. Draw play. Darren Nelson from the 25. He gets to the 30. Homo, the nickelback, makes the tackle. 3rd down, 15. Nelson in the backfield again. Kramer out of the gun. Nelson will block. Lewis. Medium slant. There's a flag down even before the snap.
False start.
Oh, no.
Offense. Number 51. 5-yard penalty.
Tough.
Repeat. 3rd down.
False start. Now it's 3rd and 19 from the 26. Minnesota can't afford to give up any more. San Francisco is on the verge of blowing them out. Lewis. Long slant. Kramer rolls to the bottom. Throws. Caught at the 40 to Nelson for a gain of 35. He couldn't find anybody. Darren Nelson just kept running down the field. Kramer saw the running back here, saw the white, and found him. And it's 1st and 10 from the San Francisco 39. Under center. Anderson and Nelson in the backfield. Sweep to the far side for Anderson. Turns the corner, but is hit by Ellison at the 38. Goes out of bounds. 3:51 to go. 27-14 San Francisco. 3:51 to go in the 3rd. Minnesota with a wind behind them of 20 to 30 miles an hour. Medium hitch. Gonna try again to Nelson. Kramer to Nelson for the 1st down. A gain of 13. They doubled Steve Jordan, but it would not work. And so Nelson has 3 catches for 56 yards. Jim Farnhorst with a 6th tackle. 1st and 10 from the San Francisco 25. Anderson in the flat. They'll stick with the call. Kramer is going to be sacked by Carter. So loss of 5. And Keith Farnhorst rubbing his knee. So 2nd and 15. And the clock stopped with 3:05. From the 49er 30. 2nd and 15. Steve Jordan. Short slant. Kramer back to throw. Jordan runs his route. Has it inside the 20. Lott with a tackle at the 13. A gain of 17, rather. A gain of 13, and it's 3rd and 2. 2 tight end set now as Minnesota probably will run. Nelson and Rice. They are 6 of 10 on the day on 3rd down. Nelson. Trap left. Hand off from Kramer, and he's going to get the 1st down. Now, Gary Zimmerman is hurt, but he's going to stay in the game. He's holding on to his wrist. It's a 3-yard gain for Minnesota. Nelson's tired, but he's carried of the bulk of the load this drive. 11 plays, 62 yards, and 6:08 off the clock. 1st and 10 from the 14. Anderson, trap right, handoff from Kramer, and he will dance around and be hit by board for a loss of 2. So 23 carries for the Vikings, 80 yards. 2nd and 12. Short cross. Leo Lewis. Kramer is going to get hit from behind by Haley. Haley strips the football, and Tim McKyer falls on it. 1st and 10. That turnover is huge. It stops the drive. Charles Haley with a sack. Charles Haley forced the fumble, and Tim McKyer fell on it. With 51 seconds to go, San Francisco has it 1st and 10 on their own 22. Montana under center. Trap right to Tom Rathman. From the 22, gets to the 25. Joey Browner with a tackle to 28. The gain is 6. They'll have to run one more play. So the 49ers line up Cribbs and Rathman, the running backs, Rice and Clark, the wide receivers, Francis, the tight end, Montana, the quarterback, of course, Farnhorst and Paris, the tackles, Cross and Colley, the guards, and Quillen is your center. Minnesota, the ends are Martin and Mulaney. Millard and Newton, the tackles, another Martin and Dolman, the outside linebacker, Scott Studwell, the inside linebacker, Holt and Lee, the corners, Browner and Harris, the safeties. Rice, medium slant. Montana waits, throws down to, I believe that's Rathman. It is. It's a gain of 9, 1st down. And so the gun will sound, and we have played, I don't know, we have played 3 quarters. San Francisco is 15 minutes away from hosting the 1986 NFC Playoff Championship game. They lead the Vikings 27-14. And what a quarter for San Francisco. Ronnie Lott, with an interception of 36 yards, made it 20-14. And then a 5-play, 60-yard drive was topped by a Joe Cribbs 1-yard run to make it 27-14. San Francisco now is 326 yards to Minnesota's 209. Tommy Kramer has been sacked 5 times, is 8 for 14 for 165. Montana has found the turf twice, 16 for 24, but now is thrown for 255. Minnesota, 7 seconds into the second quarter, led 14-3. And since then, San Francisco has put up 24 unanswered points. 1st and 10 for the Niners as we start the fourth quarter from the San Francisco 37. Cribbs. Off tackle left, handoff from Montana. He runs to the 41. Carl Lee with his 3rd tackle. It'll be 2nd and 6 from there. Harmon comes in so San Francisco can run the ball a little bit more. Derek Harmon, trap right from the 41, handoff from Montana to the far side. It's a gain of 5. Tim Newton with the tackle, and it sets up 31. Opening minute, fourth quarter. Cribbs on a dive, handoff from Montana. He won't get it. Oh, he did. He got the Dave Gardner measurement. How about that? They needed one. It's a bad spot for Minnesota, and they get down. So the clock will run, 13:36 to go in the game, and San Francisco trying to gobble up time like Pac-Man. Medium slant to Russ Francis. Montana back to throw. Francis runs his route. Francis has got it for a first down. Hit by Browner after a gain of 13. So Joey Browner with his third tackle. Francis 2 catches for 21. And Montana, who you would never would have known it after the first quarter, is having himself a day. Remember, in real life, San Francisco played their divisional game in New York against the Giants, were absolutely humiliated, and Joe Montana missed most of the 1987 season because of it, with a terrible back injury. Harmon stays in the game for this pass in the flat to the near side. Nope. Went to Cribbs instead, incomplete. 12:15 to go. Second and 10 from the Minnesota 40. Cribbs. Off tackle right. And off from Montana, and Cribbs is hit by Holt at the 37. And all that does is just get that clock to tick some more. 3rd down and 7. Harmon out, Wilson in, the third receiver on Rice. Medium slant from the 37. Montana's got time, but he doesn't have Rice. Harris tipped it right through the hands of Carl Lee. And Montana says, what are we doing? San Francisco has the wind. And so Montana is going to get the honors to do the poochie poochie. So Montana to punt. Flag is down. The ball will roll out of bounds at the 15, a 22-yard punt. And they pick up the flag. So they're going to say Runniger? No, that was Montana. And that was exactly what he wanted to do. Didn't want to put them with that wind behind them. You're just taking the chance that you're going to give them a touchback. So they got 5 yards out of the deal. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They need 2 touchdowns and 11:31 to do it in. Rice in the backfield with Nelson. Leo Lewis. Short slant on 1st down. Kramer blitzed, waits, throws down to a running back. That is Rice for a gain of 8. Torrey Nixon, the nickelback, makes a tackle. That's his first. 2nd and 2 from the 23. Rice. Fullback dive. Handoff from Kramer, and he'll get the first down. He needed 2 and he got 2. 2nd and 10 from, or 1st and 10 for Minnesota. For Michael Carter, that's his 5th tackle. Medium fly. Leo Lewis. Kramer rolls, throws to Rice, incomplete. 2nd and 10. 10:02 to go. Kramer 9 of 16 for 173 and 2 scores. Been sacked 5 times. Milt McCall is the one that made the hurry. Steve Jordan, short out to the tight end. Kramer again tries to go to Rice the second time in a row, and that's incomplete. 3rd and 10. So 3 wide receivers. Gustafson comes in. Rice is out. And for Jim Gustafson, a medium hitch. Kramer's going to get sacked by Stover for a loss of 4. Turner and Farnhorst with the perfect delayed blitz, and Kramer didn't pick it up. And that's the 6th sack for Tommy Kramer. As I set off Madam Speaker. And so Minnesota is going to be forced to punt again. San Francisco's defense has been incredible since the opening stages of the second quarter. Coleman this time is punting into the wind. Griffin should get a decent return. He stands on his 34. He will catch it at his 35. There's a flag down. It's a 4-yard gain.
Illegal block. Receiving team,
so that's not
10-yard
worth the paper it's printed on. Farnhorst with the flag on him. and they'll bring it back 10 yards. So 9:08 to go. 1st and 10 for San Francisco on their own 26. Rice on an end around. He gets the handoff from Montana. 30, 35, 40, 45, and he's hit by Browner at the 49 for a gain of 23. Randy Cross, the left guard, delivered the goods. And it's 1st and 10 from the San Francisco 49. And as a team, they've run it 24 times for 115 yards. Harmon trap right from the 49. He gets over midfield. Holt with a tackle at the 45, a gain of 6. And for Isaac, that's 10 tackles on the day. And now the 49ers on 2nd and 4 just want that clock to run. Cribbs off tackle left near side. Flag is down. He won't get the first. Studwell with a tackle at the 43.
Holding offense.
Oh,
Number 71.
it's Farnhorst
10-yard
again.
Penalty.
Got called for another hold. 2nd and 14. Draw play. Cribbs from the 45. He gets a block over midfield. Studwell with a tackle at the 47. Gain of 8. And right now, Father Time is the best friend of Bill Walsh. 7:18 to go. 3rd and 6. Clock running. Rice. Medium slant. Flag is down. Somebody moved.
False start. Offense. Number 56.
Quill in the center.
5-yard penalty. Repeat.
Not a
3rd
sharp
down.
drive for San Francisco. 3 plays, 22 yards, and 2:22 off the clock, which is now stopped with 6:46. Medium slant. Jerry Rice. Montana has time. Montana's got Rice. 1st down, 37-yard line. Carl Lee with a tackle. They'll say that he got him at the 35. So 3 catches for 90 yards for Jerry, and 6.5 to go. Rathman back in the football game with Cribbs. Rathman. Trap left. Hand off from Montana. And Rathman is hit at the line by Martin. But that clock runs down to 6:01. San Francisco has 406 net yards. Dwight Clark. Short slant. Montana to the air. Clark runs his route. He'll try for Francis, who drops it. So 3rd and 10. They're hoping that 3:46 they've taken off the clock is enough. 5:22 to play in the 4th quarter. 27-14 San Francisco. Mike Wilson. Medium cross. Montana under center. Rolls. Throws for Francis. Martin got a piece of it, and it's incomplete. So 5:19 to go. And they're going to try it. They got the win. Wershing says, let me have it. So from 52 yards, this would make it 30-14. Morosky to hole. Wershing hopes to get enough leg on it. It's long enough, and it is good, but there's a flag down.
Offsides. Defense. 5-yard penalty.
It's only a 5-yarder. You're not taking points off the board. First and here comes the kick. So 5:14 to go in the game. San Francisco now has forced the Vikings to score 3 times. They lead this NFC Divisional Playoff 30-14. Bess from 3 yards deep to the 5. Oh, man, that was terrible. Homo makes the tackle at the 6. It's a 9-yard gain. And Minnesota going to be happy they won the wild card. But they got a tough road to hoe if they can score 3 times right now. 4 wide receivers. Jordan moves to a slot with Lewis, Gustafson, and Jones the others. Jones. Short out. They're going to stick with it. Kramer from his 6. He is going to be sacked by Carter at the 1. Michael Carter with the second sack. And San Francisco can start printing tickets for the NFC Championship game. Nilsson. Dive play. Get the ball out of the end zone. He does. He runs it to the 5 for a gain of 4, and it's 3rd and 11. Kramer. Short hitch to Steve Jordan. That's a busted play. Williamson, safety. It's a safety. He is sacked in the end zone. There wasn't anything you could do about that. Tommy Kramer has been sacked 8 times. And San Francisco with 3:36 to go. Minnesota will punt it deep. To the 30, 40, 50. It was Griffin, and he's hit for a return of 20. Minnesota 49-yard line. So San Francisco has a date against New York or Chicago. Right here. Harmon. Sweep left. Montana hands it off. Harmon to the 45 of Minnesota. He's hit by Millard at the 43, a gain of 6. Now they're just not going to hurry at all. Clark. Short slant. Montana trying for 300. Clark makes the catch, a gain of 9. 2:38 to go. 2.5 to go. 2-minute warning. San Francisco can feel it. Their road to Pasadena is well in hand. 32-14. 1st and 10. Rice. Short hitch. Montana rolls. Throws incomplete. Now Harmon had it and Studwell broke it up. Minute 55. Cribbs on a dive. Montana from the 34. Cribbs is hit at the 32. Gain of 8. And Minnesota will not call time. The executive producer of Retro Sports Network is Ron Juckett. The coordinating producer of Retro Sports Network is Ron Juckett. The drinks coordinator for Retro Sports Network is Sarah Juckett. And the technical producer is Emily the Cat. 3rd and 8. Clark on a medium slant. Montana back to throw it. Clark is open at the 20. 1st down. A gain of 14. That will give Joe his 300 yards. And now he can take a victory formation. 20 for 33. 308 yards. A touchdown and an interception. Montana with a minute 3 will take the knee. Do they need to run another play? No, they don't. And so the San Francisco 49ers have won their NFC Divisional game. They will host the NFC Championship game. Really, the last 3 quarters a lopsided affair. So the 49ers 436 net yards. Minnesota 209. Time of possession was pretty much even. But Tommy Kramer was sacked 8 times for 50 yards. Joe Montana was sacked twice for 8. And the 5 points, a 52-yard field goal into the win for Wersching. And then the Williamson safety to make it 32-14. Normally you would give Montana the MVP of the game. He did go 20 for 33 for 308. But Kramer outthrew him. And so we're giving it to Ronnie Lott. 6 tackles and a pick 6. Carter had 6 tackles and 2 sacks too. So in the end, a one-sided affair here. San Francisco going to the NFC Championship game. All right, you've seen everything you're going to see from this machine. We got a new one coming. We'll show it off to you early next week. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you the next time. Our next playoff game is going to be next Sunday, and hopefully that will be live on Twitch between the Kansas City Chiefs and New England Patriots in their AFC Divisional Playoff game. Until then, we'll talk to you soon. All sorts of baseball stuff coming up, too. Have a good day, everybody.